Hey guys, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Keith. I bring you guys along on my adventures so you can see what goes on behind the cameras and learn with me videography and making content. Last week I posted the first video of working with Lacey Elliott. This will be the second. See if you can figure out what happens before the end of this. Let's get into it. We started with some voiceovers that Lacey wanted to get done and out of the way. We explored the forest and got some really nice shots as well. This was followed by a small hike down to the suspension bridge that Lacey had found where she wanted to get some shots of Jasper and her. We have another night shoot tonight, so we took some time to just relax again, and Lacey joined Bianca and I in the river to wind down, and we passed a few hours to dark.
In, out breath, like Wim Hof, you can control the breath the whole time, and that response settles down a little bit.
And after a couple tries, she got it.
Oh, go on.
Good job!
We were now starting to shoot the truck scene where Lacey is recreating what happened a couple days before we arrived. She had ripped the side step off the truck and finally broke down. We're recreating it for people to feel what she went through. And this brings us to day 5. Literally the worst day of my professional life so far. It's the 5th day and final day. It's Friday and it's a sunny weekend. We have a couple shots left of packing up the trailer and getting some of the drone shots of the trailer driving home for the last time with Freya, the RV. There's a couple with an RV that are actually waiting for our spot, seeing as we're just getting ready to leave. We should be taking off around 10 a.m.-ish, so they hang out and wait for us to leave. We get the shots of Lacey packing up the trailer, and she goes to connect the hitch, and she can't find it. We look everywhere, and it's just absolutely gone. Lacey thinks she might have left it at the place that we were shooting Daisy Lake.
Okay, well this was the rock that was behind us that I was hitting with the trailer hitch, so if it was here, it would be somewhere here, and I do not see it.
She calls so many places and no one has anything. One place in Whistler might have something, so we have to drive in to go see.
Now that my hitch has been stolen, I'm back here seeing if someone has a hitch that I can borrow, so at least I can get the trailer back to Vancouver. So, hoping.
And they don't end up having the hitch that she needs. By the way, this guy is super nice and makes beautiful art with mushrooms. But they don't have the hitch we need. He gives us the name of a guy that has one in Squamish. So we drive over and meet this guy in a Tim Hortons parking lot. It ends up not fitting. So then he recalls he might have one in his storage. And nothing. And as a last ditch effort, he says that he might have one at his place. And nothing as well. So if you're watching this, thank you so much. That was awesome that you went so much out of your way to try and help us. And now we remembered that at the Tim Hortons parking lot, there was an auto shop right across the street. And finally, we got what we came for. So after acquiring the part that we needed, we were starving because we hadn't eaten all day. So we got what I swear to God was the best burger I've ever had in my life at this place called Flipside, which was recommended to us by the guy at the first auto shop that we had stopped in Whistler, the cool mushroom dude. And you can tell these people are friends because you can see the mushroom art all over this guy's business as well. We drive back to Whistler, and now it's about 6 p.m. The couple that was waiting for us the whole day were still there waiting for us. So Lacey hooked up the trailer, and shortly after we were on our way to get the last 2 drone shots. We convoyed up to Whistler to a Blackwater dump, which if you don't know is where RVers can get rid of their poop. We get there and Bianca asked me where the camera is. I realized that I left it on the picnic table at the campsite we just left. So I tell Lacey that we'll meet them in Squamish for the last drone shot, and we drive back to grab the camera. We get back to camp, and the couple from Montreal that had waited all day for the spot were now gone, and some new people were there. I asked them if they had seen the camera rig and explained what it was, but they had no idea and hadn't seen anything. I asked the people in the next camp to us, as they were there the whole time, and they said the couple left about 40 minutes ago. Now I'm very worried and upset. I've single-handedly lost my $9,000+ rig and all my clients' footage for a 5-day shoot. Now I'm driving back to meet up with Lacey in Squamish, and I have to tell her that I lost all her footage. We get there, and she's been hard at work, knowing the situation.
We ran into some other RVers here in Canadian Tire, and they said there was a bunch of people boondocking at Walmart. It's 5 minutes from here, so
Yeah.
I thought, go to Walmart. So these guys just drove to Walmart, and
Thanks to you. And we ended up getting there, and there's like 10 trailers, like big RVs in the parking lot. So we were like, oh my God. Didn't see them right away, saw a couple, but then we saw them based on something that Cito, my wife, told me, Bianca. That's the trailer right there. And so we knocked on the door, and the door they didn't answer for at least a minute, like a full minute. I could hear them moving around at
You
first.
could hear them?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then they answered the door, and the female answers the door, and she's like spooked to see me. And I'm like, hey, I would just like my camera back if that's okay. And she was like, yeah. And then she walks kind of out of the doorway, and I can't see her. And then the guy comes to the door, and he's got the camera, and so they pass me the camera back, and I'm like, thank you, and I walk away. I had a strong urge to want to destroy their and f them up, but at the same time, when all I wanted was my back, I got it. So I was like, you know what? I said to Richard, I said, don't, we're not doing anything. We have the license plate number. We took their license plate number down, and the officer just called. They took all the information down. They said that they're going to go investigate the situation further. So that is, I think, the picture perfect ending. We get our stuff back. They have to deal with whatever the legal ramifications are.
I don't know if it's picture perfect. Let's be honest. If this was picture perfect, we would have just left at 10 o'clock this morning.
No, I mean,
but you know
having
what? This is
had it all
a pretty
happen.
exciting ending. Funny.
By the way, this is Lacey Lee
shitty.
Elliott. She's an amazing creator. You can find her link in the comment section below or in the description. I'll put it there for you guys. And I highly recommend checking out her content.
You know what? I've said it already. It was great working with these guys, and I'm really excited to actually put all the footage together
Now that we have it back,
See
my
what
gosh.
happens.
It's crazy.
Good.
Okay, well, thanks for watching, guys. Are you still recording?
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. Just know, if you're ever in this situation, exhaust all your resources and don't do something stupid that's going to cause you problems in the future. It sucks because sometimes the legal system doesn't always get full justice for things, but if you got your stuff back, that's great. If not, just report it and just be safe. For the guys that took my stuff, just know I could have done a lot of things to you, and I chose to do nothing. And I hope that you don't get into trouble or get a criminal record or anything like that. But just know that I worked so hard for this camera, and I worked so hard to try and grow my business. And if I had to purchase this camera again and everything again, this would have set me back months, if not years. So just try to have a little more empathy and consideration for the people around you, and the effort and the things that we have to do to acquire the stuff that you would just simply take from me. Just be a good person, man.